Fine. So after lunch, is the strength very low every day? Only 10 or 9 students have joined.
Yes, sir. Some students forgot that they have a class.
Students don't know they have class. I've shared the link on WhatsApp. Okay. So this is the question we are taking up from the question paper 2018 May June, and this appeared for backlog students. And considering this is for backlog students, the question is not that simple. Fine. You'll have to think properly, and only then you will be able to solve it. Let me take a snap of this question. You can see it's for 10 marks. Yeah, and it out. So this question, I'll just keep it here. Okay. Remove this. These two things. Let me just push them to the corner. I'm using them much. And yeah. So this is the question here. Ready? Needs just slightly to increase this thickness. Right. So what is given here? What is given here? The crank of a slider crank mechanism. So you have already seen what is a slider crank mechanism like, right? There is a crank which rotates complete 360 degrees, and this is connected by help of a connecting rod or coupler. It is connected to slider.
Cylinder.
Yeah, a slider actually. Of course, the slider will be sliding inside the cylinder. Fine. So this is how it will be connected, and the cylinder here will be fixed. Fine. So cylinder here will be fixed. So this is how we show the cylinder, and when of course when you're counting the links, you have to count the fixed link as one. This is the second, the crank. Third is the coupler or connecting rod, and the fourth is the slider. Okay, so one is the cylinder, or you can also call it as frame, the fixed part. The second, what is second? Crank. What is the third? Third is called coupler or connecting rod. Connecting rod, and the last fourth is a slider. Fine. So this is how the slider crank mechanism works like, looks like. And then he's telling it is rotating clockwise. Clockwise means in this direction, here like this, and at a uniform speed of 300 rpm. So n value has been given. N value has been given 300 rpm is the value of n. It is rotating clockwise. Crank length has been given. So the length of link 2. Okay, if you give the names of each point, this point I'll just call it as yes. So OA length has been given. OA length, how much is the length OA? 150 mm. And then the connecting rod or coupler, that is link number 3, that is AS. So AS distance is given as 600 mm. And we have to find the velocity and acceleration of the piston connecting rod. Fine. So we have to find velocity of A with respect to S and acceleration, total acceleration of A with respect to S. So these are the two things we have to find uh, for first bit. For first bit, we have to find these two. Second, he is asking the angular velocity and angular acceleration of the connecting rod. So B bit, what we have to find? Omega for AS, omega for AS, and angular acceleration alpha for AS. So these two also we have to find. Okay, so this is the question. Did you understand the question? Any doubts here? Now here the angle at which he's asking us to do that is at 45 degrees. So from here The angle here is 45 degrees. So at 45 degrees, he is asking us to find these values. Okay, ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will again use this diagram method, graphical method to solve it. Just open AutoCAD. Don't worry about the commands, okay? Don't have to worry about the commands. A metric. Mm, file doesn't exist. Oh, so square. Yeah, draft. Fine. So because you'll have to use the drawing instruments, I will just take up this drafter. Is it visible? Is this visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the one I don't want. Okay. So let me check at the question once again. So this is our diagram. This is how it should be. So let us start drawing it. Fine. So first of all, I'll take this and I'll draw a horizontal line. Okay. Next, I'll have to draw this at an angle of what angle? 45 degrees, right? 45 degrees. So I'll take this drafter at 45 degrees. You can even use the protractor at 45 degrees. Okay. So keep this at 45 degrees and draw a line. So what is the crank length? What is the crank length?
150, sir.
150. Okay. So because it is 150, that means 15 centimeters I have to draw it. Correct? 15
Yes.
centimeters I have to draw it. Now, because your paper size is very, very small, paper size is not that big. So what you can do is, instead of drawing that big a value, you
Scale
can
it.
just you can scale it down, of course. So when you scale it down, instead of drawing 15 centimeters, you can just make it. You can just make it some other kind of
7.5.
7.5. That is still large, actually. So what I'll do, let me make it 1/10. Let me take it 1/10. Or if 1/10 is very, very small, you can just make it 1/5. Okay, 1/5. So you can see here, I've taken this length 1/5. So what I've drawn here, I've drawn is
Crank
here.
length.
Yeah, this is the crank length. At what angle? What angle?
45
45
degrees.
degrees. And this is the crank angle. So now let me just take this. Okay. Mhm. This value, let me call it as O. Okay. So this is capital O here. This one here, I'll just call it as A. So all this you have to do with your hands. Fine. Don't worry, you don't have to do in a computer, right? So now, yeah, let me just keep this aside. This work is over. Now I'll have to take a compass with the length of connecting rod. What is the length of connecting rod? That is 600. So 600 by 5. How do we get? What do you get? 600 by 5. What do we get?
120.
120. 120. That means 12 centimeters. So I'll take a circle at 120 radius. 120 radius. So this is what I'll get. So what is the length I've drawn? What is the length I've drawn? 120 is the length. Yeah, 120 is the length that I have drawn. But actually, how much is this? Actually, this is 5 times of this. 5 times means 600. 600 is the actual length. So this is where the slider is there. This is where the slider is there. Okay. So now we got the position diagram of our mechanism. We are now ready with the position diagram of our mechanism. The next thing, what you have to draw next? You have to draw, what you have to draw? Velocity diagram. Velocity diagram. Okay. So next we have to draw the velocity diagram. So how fast it is rotating? How fast is this rotating? How fast is this rotating? Come on, tell me. Snipping tools. I'll take this diagram and let this. Let me make it slightly smaller so that it fits on the side. Okay. So now you can see that this I've drawn using this. I've drawn with instruments. With instruments. So this is the exact diagram. So if I do any measurements on this, I will get exact measurements. Okay. So this we have to draw with instruments. And then what is the speed? N speed has been given. N is how much? 300 RPM. But do we need N? Do we need N? No, we cannot use it, right? So we need omega. So what is the formula for omega?
2 pi n by
2 pi n by 60. Very good. So now multiply this 2 pi into 300 by 60. What do we get? Calculate this. Okay, let me take calculator. It's available here in the Windows. So 2 into pi into 300 divided by 60. I'll just have to take a rounded off value 31.42. I will get 31.42. Okay, so 31.42 and unit radians per
second.
Okay, so this is the value of omega.
But NS given in meters, sorry, minutes, no, revolutions per minute.
Yeah, of course, revolutions per minute. Because of this minute only, we are dividing by 60 now. 1 minute has 60 seconds. 1 minute has 60 seconds. So when we divide by 60, we will get per second. Okay, so that's why in the previous class I had explained this formula perfectly. I knew this problem will arise. Fine, I knew this problem will arise. So when I explained this formula, I had made sure to explain why we are getting 2 pi. Why we are getting 2 pi? This is one revolution now. One revolution means 360 degrees now. So 360 degrees is nothing but 2 pi radians, right? 360 degrees is nothing but 2 pi radians. That's why in place of one revolution, we are getting 2 pi, and in place of minute, we are getting 60 seconds. So that's how it gets converted into radians per second. Okay. So now that we know the value of omega, let us find the velocity of A. Velocity of A. Right. So the velocity of A, let me take red color. Velocity of A, because it is rotating in this direction, the velocity of A will also be in this direction. This is the velocity of A with respect to O. Velocity of A with respect to O. Fine. So let me find velocity of A with respect to O. How to find this? That will be equal to omega into OA, isn't it? Omega into OA.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the value of omega? That is 31.42 radians per second. And OA length, what is the length of OA? Here you can see OA length is given, but this we should convert into meters. This we should convert into meters before using. So 1 meter equal to 1000 mm. Hence 150 mm equal to 150 by 1000. So we get 0.15. 0.15. So now this is radians per second into meters. We get meters per second. So what is the value? Calculate. Calculate. What do we get?
4.7.
71.42 into 0.15. 4.7.
713.
Yeah. So 4.7. Let us ignore the others. Okay. So meters per second. So this is the velocity of A with respect to O. Velocity of A with respect to O. So now we will draw this in diagram. We will draw this in diagram as 47. Let us draw it. 47 mm. We will draw this in diagram as 47 mm, and we will denote it as small oa. We will denote it as small oa. Okay, and direction, you can see direction is given by this here. So this here is the direction. This is the direction. Ready? So let's proceed to see how we do it on the paper. So once again, I'll have to use this. So now let me take this and fine. I'll have to first thing I have to do is I have to place it in the direction of the crank. Then this line will be perpendicular, right? This line will be perpendicular. So that perpendicular line I have to use. So that perpendicular line I have to use. What is the length we are drawing? How much length we have to draw? 47 mm. So 4.7 centimeters. 4.7 centimeters. Let me take line. So from 0, 4.7. Correct? So this is 4.7. 4.7. Okay. Let me move it aside. Now from what direction to what direction it will be coming? It will be starting at the top. So starting upper point is small o and lower point is small a. Okay. So OA length. Fine. So that's what here I've written. So this is the OA length. Right. So OA length, we have to make it 47 mm. 47 mm. Let me show the dimension also here. That is 47 mm. Okay. So this is the velocity of A with respect to O. Velocity of A with respect to O. Fine. So we can write this as velocity of A, so capital A, sorry, A with respect to O. Fine. Make it smaller. Okay. So velocity of A with respect to O, or in the diagram that is represented as length OA, small OA. Then what is the direction in which A moves with relation to S? What is the direction of A with relation to S? That will move perpendicular to AS. That will move perpendicular to AS, right? So once again, I have to take this. Let me keep it here. Then I have to rotate and make this parallel to the connecting rod. Parallel to the connecting rod. Once it is parallel to the connecting rod, I need to use this length. I need to use this length. So some point here I will take here, and I should be passing through A. It should be passing through A. Fine. So now let me just draw some length. Let me just draw some length. Let's keep it aside. Okay. So I've drawn this line. I don't know what is the length of this. I just knew the direction. So I have drawn this as the direction. Fine. This is the direction. Okay. This one, let me keep this side. Okay. And then what is the direction in which S is moving? What is the direction in which S is moving? S is moving horizontally, right? S is moving
Yes, sir.
horizontally. So here I have to draw a horizontal line. Here I have to draw a horizontal line. So now both these lines, they are meeting here. They are meeting here, right? So this intersection point, what is that intersection point? That intersection
S.
point is S, small s. Okay. So that should be small s. In velocity diagram, always we use small letters. In velocity diagram, always use small letters. Actual mechanism use capital letters, and in velocity diagram use smaller letters. Okay. So this is what we are getting. Now, what is this length? What does this represent? What does that represent? Velocity of a with respect to s. Velocity of a with respect to s, or the reverse also is true. Velocity of s with respect to a. Fine. So when you are writing velocity of a with respect to s, the direction we have to show separately, differently. And when you are talking s with respect to a, we have to show it differently. So here you can see velocity of a with respect to o. So direction we have to show here like this. This is the direction. Okay, this is the direction for velocity of a with respect to o. Fine. So now applying the same convention, what will be the direction of a with respect to s? So it should move from s to a, s to a, s to fine. So s to a. This is velocity of a with respect to s. Velocity of a with respect to s. What about velocity of s with respect to a? Velocity of s with respect to a will be opposite in direction. Value will be the same, but it will be opposite in direction. It will be opposite in direction. And if you measure the length, you will get the magnitude. If you measure the length, you will get the magnitude. Okay. So dimensions, so what I'll do, I'll just round it off to 0.5, nearest 0.5. Okay. Uh-oh. Which style is applied here? This is ISO 25. Huh? So ISO 25, I'll have to take it, modify, round off to 0.5. Okay, so 34 we are getting it. So velocity of a with respect to s is 34. And what is this? What is that? This is, so I'm again and again telling you, you don't have to worry about all these commands that I'm giving. You don't have to remember the commands. Okay, you just watch about what I'm drawing. So this is a horizontal line from O to S. So this is velocity of S with respect to O. Velocity of S with respect to O. Velocity of S with respect to O. So if you want to find the velocity of S with respect to O, measure this length. Measure this length. Fine. So in this case, I am providing the dimensions directly. If you don't want to use dimensions, of course, in real life, you will not have dimensions. You'll have to use this. Okay, yeah, you'll have to use the scale. So keep your scale here at the beginning, and you just have to measure till what value it is coming. So you can see this is 39 something, right? 39. So this is 39. Same way, if you want to measure the other value, you have to take this, keep here, rotate it, keep it in this direction properly, again measure it properly. Okay, so are you getting it? So it is coming up to here. So this is 3.4. So with dimension also we are getting the same, right? So I've rounded it off to the nearest value. Rounded it off to the nearest value. So this is 39, this is 34. Okay, this is 39 and 34. So now let's take this velocity diagram. Let us take this velocity diagram. Let me move this to the other side. Okay, I'll just take a snap of this and let's place in our column. So let's take a snap of this. Fine. So in the exam, you may be provided with extra sheet to do this. Okay, you may be provided with extra sheet to do this. Fine. So this is what we got. Now we can find the velocities. So first take the green color. Velocity of A with respect to S. What is the velocity of A with respect to S? First, here we are getting the length AS. So AS length is how much? AS length is 34 mm. Now from this we have to get back meters per second. So for getting this to this, what did we do? We multiplied with 10. So when you want to come back here, what you have to do? You have to divide by 10. Correct? So now divide this by 10. What do we get? 3.4 meters per second. So this is the velocity of A with respect to S. Then same we have to do for velocity of S with respect to O. Velocity of S with respect to O. So OS is the small OS is the length. So what is that length? The length is 39 mm. So now we have to get back the meter per second value. So again we have to divide this by 10. So 39 mm divided by 10, we get 3.9 meters per second. So these are the two velocities we got. Is this clear? Is this clear? Please confirm. Any doubt here? This is really very important. Fine. So all these diagrams that we are getting, I have done in AutoCAD. Fine. I have done in AutoCAD, but you have to manually draft it. Manually, you'll have to draft it with instruments. Manually, you have to draft it with instruments. Use instruments properly to draw these things, right? So velocity of A with respect to S, velocity of S with respect to O, both we have found. Now with these values, can we find any of the answers? Okay, the first value we have already found. Fine. So the first value is clear. So this value we got it. That value we got it, right? And can we find this value omega of AS? Omega AS can we find? Can we find
Divide
omega?
by
Hmm?
divide by n.
Yes. So omega AS is V of A with respect to S divided by AS. Okay. So the formula for V I had already told, omega into R is the value. R is nothing but the radial distance. So here the radial distance is AS. Okay. So now use this value 3.4 meters per second divided by AS. AS, what is the length? What is the length of AS? Here it is coming 120.
600.
But we should not use this length. We should not use this length when you are talking here, right? So we should use its actual length. Actual length is 600. Actual length is 600. And that too, we should convert it into meters. So 600 divided by 1000. 600 divided by 1000 we have to do. That is 0.6. So 0.6 we have to use here. So what do we get? What do we get? 3.4 divided by 0.6. What do we get? 5.67. 5.67 unit
Radian per second.
radians per second. Fine, radians per second. So we have got half of both the bits. We have got half of both the bits. So here A bit half, and here another A bit half. Sorry, here B bit half. Okay, A bit half, B bit half, both we got it. Next, we have to go ahead with the acceleration. Next, we have to go ahead with the acceleration. And acceleration is slightly more complicated. Acceleration is slightly more complicated. Shall we start? Acceleration
Yes,
is slightly more complicated. Okay, let's go back to our diagram, the sheet. And now we have finished with the velocity diagram. Next, we have to take up acceleration diagram. Next, we have to take up acceleration diagram. Okay, ready? Acceleration diagram. screen. Fine. So acceleration diagram we have to take up next. So once again, now this link here is moving with constant velocity. The crank OA is rotating with constant velocity. So which acceleration will be zero here? Which of the two accelerations are zero here?
Tangential.
Tangential of values are zero? Sure. So crank is moving with constant value of omega. Now okay, tell me the formula for AT and AC. What is tangential acceleration formula?
V minus U by T
V minus U by T or
or dV by dt.
dV by dt, or I had told you one more formula, that is alpha into radial distance. Fine. So here, because this is constant, omega is constant, alpha is d omega by dt. So d by dt of constant value is 0. D by dt of constant value is 0. So now because alpha value is 0 here, 0 into anything will become 0. So tangential acceleration will become 0. Fine. Tangential acceleration. So I'll just call it tangential acceleration of A with respect to O. Tangential acceleration of A with respect to O, this relation becomes 0. Now what is the formula for centripetal acceleration? What is the formula for centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration is
V square
by R. V square by R. Or what is the other formula? Other formula is omega into
omega square R.
Omega square into R. Omega square into R. Okay. So do we know the value of omega? We know the value of V as well as omega, right? So which V we have to take? Which velocity we have to take here? Which velocity we have to take here? Which velocity we have to take here? Velocity of A with respect to O. Or else omega we have already found it directly, right? Omega we have found it. So that omega value, let us use it. Let us use the omega value here directly. And when we use omega value directly, we will get velocity of A with respect to O. That value also we already know it. So let us take this value directly here. Velocity of A with respect to O. So which acceleration we need here? We need centripetal acceleration of A with respect to O. Centripetal acceleration of A with respect to O. So now the formula here becomes velocity of A with respect to O square divided by AO. So what is the velocity of A with respect to O? What is the velocity of A with respect to O?
4.7.
4.7. 4.7 meters per second. Square of this divided by AO length. What is the length AO? OA length. How much is
150.
150 mm. 150 mm. Again, I told you 150 mm we cannot use it directly. You should convert this into meters. So 0.15. 0.15. So 0.15. Calculate what we get. Calculate what we get.
147.26.
4.7 into 4.7 by 0.15. That is 147.3. 147.3. So this is in, what is the unit? What is the unit of this? Meters per second square. Unit is meters per second square. Okay. Meter per second square. So the total acceleration of A with respect to O will be the sum of these two, tangential acceleration plus centripetal acceleration, and this sum is again vector sum. Fine. So anyway, because this value is equal to 0, this value becomes 0. So the total acceleration will be equal to only centripetal acceleration of A with respect to O. Fine. So this we have to now draw it here. This we have to now draw it. So this value, how much we are getting? 147.3 meters per second square. So what when we draw it, 14 centimeters we have to draw. 14 centimeters can we draw on the sheet? Can we draw it easily? Can we
No,
draw this
sir.
one? So it becomes difficult, right? So it becomes difficult. So what we'll do, this 147.3, we will assume this to be 50 mm. We will assume this to be 50 mm. And whatever scale is there between these two, the same scale we will apply when we are converting the values back from diagram. When we are converting the values back from diagram. Okay. Let's begin. Right. So here, once again, I have to start with a point. What is this point? What is this point? That point is O. Now,
O dash.
O dash. For acceleration, I told you we'll be using a dash so that we can identify the difference between velocity and acceleration diagram. And to avoid confusion, we are using a dash. Now, O dash, we got it here. And now, which acceleration we have to draw? Centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. So what is the direction of centripetal acceleration? What is the direction of
Towards the center.
Towards the center. Towards the center means towards O. From A towards O. So I'll just take a line parallel to this. So how to take parallel line? I'll have to keep this here. Keep this parallel. Okay. So next, I'll have to move this. Okay, I have to move this. I'll just take, okay, let me take 10 point over here. And then I have to draw the length in this side, this direction. What is the length I have to draw? How much length we decided to draw? We decided to draw 50 mm. Let me draw 50 mm. From here in the downward direction, let me draw 50. Okay, so 50 length I have drawn, right? Keep it aside. So what is this point? What is this point?
O dash, A dash.
A dash.
So bottom point will be O dash.
Why bottom point will be O dash? You see, this we just now you told centripetal acceleration is towards the center now. So from A towards O it should be, right? From A towards O. So direction is downwards. Direction is downwards. Are you getting it? Direction should be downwards. Let me show the direction now. Direction should be downwards. Rotate this. Okay. Are you getting it?
Sir, I understood the direction but unable to understand the labeling.
You see, we while putting the arrow now, when we are naming the points, we should name it in the direction of arrow, not the direction of displacement. Fine. Of course, when you are looking here, O is below A. That is irrelevant when we are drawing the direct acceleration diagram. In acceleration diagram, we have to see what is the direction of acceleration. At O dash, it is beginning, and from O dash, it should move towards this O. So it should be moving downwards. So based on this arrow, we have to put the next name. Okay. So if the acceleration is upwards, then the arrow will come above this. And then this point O will come here. Are you getting it? But this is not the case. The acceleration is in this direction, hence it is coming downwards, and the next point is coming here. Is this clear? Is it clear, ma'am?
No, sir.
Still confused?
Yes, sir.
You see, I told you how to get the directions, right?
Yes, sir, I understood the direction, but the naming was confusing, sir. You took O dash, the upper pointer O dash, and you took the lower pointer A dash.
You see, when you are naming, you have to take the start and the finish. Okay. So the direction is always from start to finish. And naming should be done from start to finish. The starting point is fixed point O dash. Ending point is A, so A dash. Okay. This is how the naming should go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how you remember it. Start point, ending point. So from start to the end. Fine. So start point is fixed point O dash. A dash is moving, so A dash will come at the bottom. Of course, it's on this side, of course. So I've drawn it on the other side. You can understand, I hope. Okay. So this is how we draw it. Now the next thing is complicated. Next thing is complicated. Now this rod will have some acceleration, right? Will have both the accelerations. That rod will have both the accelerations, the centripetal acceleration as well as tangential acceleration. Both these accelerations it will have. So which of the accelerations we can find? Which of the two accelerations can we find here? So when we are talking about connecting rod, we are talking about the connecting rod. The connecting rod, both will be there. Centripetal and tangential accelerations, both will be there. Fine. So when we are finding the accelerations, we have to find accelerations of S with respect to A. S with respect to A. S with respect to A. So what is the formula for centripetal acceleration again? Centripetal acceleration, velocity square by radius. So which velocity we have to take? Velocity of S with respect to A. Velocity of S with respect to A divided by length SA. Length SA. This is what we have to take. And tangential acceleration. How to find tangential acceleration? Tangential acceleration.
Alpha into
Yes. Alpha
SA.
into
SA.
SA. Alpha into SA. Alpha of SA into SA. Alpha of SA into SA. So which of the values are known here? Tell me. Which values do we know? Do we know velocity of S with respect to A? Velocity of S with respect to A? Velocity of S with respect to A or velocity of A with respect to S? Both are equal and opposite. Both are equal and opposite. Here I have shown you, right? This is downwards, this is upwards. But the length of both is same, 34. Length of both is the same, 34. So
Yes.
we know the value of velocity of S with respect to A. And we also know the length SA. The length SA is nothing but length of connecting rod. So we know that also. We know this length also. So we can find this value, right? So let us find that value. So what is the velocity of S with respect to A? Velocity of S with respect to A, that is 3.4, right? 3.4. So let me write 3.4 square divided by SA length. What is the length SA? SA length is nothing but 600. Okay. And that 600 we have to write it as 0.6 in meters. We have to write it in meters. So 0.6. So what do we get? Calculate. What do we get? 3.4 into 3.4 by 0.6. We're getting 19.27. We're getting 19.27. Unit of this is again meters per second square. Meter per second square. So when we are again converting this into the diagram, we have to apply the same ratio. So what is the ratio here? What is the ratio here? Ratio here is 50 divided by 147.3. 50 by 147.3. Fine. So because we are taking a single decimal here, here also let's take the single decimal. So 19.3. So this 7, let us forget the 7. Yeah, let us forget the 7. No need of this, right? So 19.3. So multiply the same ratio here. 19.3 into 50 by 147. Let's do this. What do we get? 19.3 into 50 divided by 147.3. 6.5. So 6.
So it's a common factor.
Sorry. Your voice is getting stuck now. Voice is not clear. It's breaking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it's clear.
So is it a common factor to be multiplied? So 50 upon 147.3?
Yes. So whenever you are converting from this side to left side to right, that means whenever you are converting meter per second to mm, you have to multiply this. But when you are doing it reverse, you have to divide it. When you are going forward, multiply it. When you are going back, divide it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this case, we are converting meter per second square to mm. So we are multiplying it. Right. So whenever we are going back, we have to do the reverse. Fine. So now this is the value 6.5. Now what is the direction of this? What is the direction of this?
Towards this
Towards the center. So what
slide.
is the center? What is the center here? A is the center or S is the center?
B is the center.
Sorry? A will become the center.
Yes, sir.
A will become the center. Fine. So if you name this properly, always the second character is the center. Fine. Here O is the center. Here O is the center. Here O is the center. Here A is the center. Here A is the center. Right. So second character is the center all the time. Fine. So when we are drawing this length, 6.5 mm, we have to draw it towards A.
A, sir.
We have to draw towards A. So our direction will be upwards like this. This is our direction. And this direction is parallel to SA. So let us go back to our diagram and draw it. So parallel to SA. So let me keep this drafter parallel to SA first. Ready? And now we have to go in this direction. So let me keep this 10 value. Let me keep here 10 value. Let me keep here. And what is the length I have to take? How much length I have to take? 6.5 mm. 6.5 mm. Okay, so 6.5 mm. So I'll start here. Okay, this is 6 mm, and in between I have to take. Right? Okay. Just nearest. So this is 6.5. Okay, 6.5 I've taken it. So now let's move this aside. So this small length, what is this length? This is acceleration. Which acceleration is this? Ma'am?
A with respect to S, centripetal acceleration.
Centripetal acceleration. This is centripetal acceleration. And when I talked about the centripetal, when both the accelerations are there, how to draw the acceleration diagram? We have to draw them light. Fine. Centripetal acceleration, we have to draw them light, isn't it? Centripetal and tangential, both we have to draw light. And the final acceleration, that is what we have to make it dark. Fine. So only one part of the total acceleration we got it. And this is temporary point. We have to name it. So how to name the temporary point? This is the temporary point for S. So I will call it yes and subscript A. Yes, subscript A. Okay, of course, dash also can put just to avoid confusion. Yes, A dash. Yes, A dash. Fine. Let me reduce the size of this. So this is the temporary point. This is the temporary point. The next, we know the direction of the other term. We know the direction of the other term. What is the direction of the other term? Back to our problem. Yeah. So what is the direction of this? What is the direction of this? Direction will be perpendicular to AS. Perpendicular to AS. Okay. So direction of this you have to take perpendicular to AS. So once again you can see this is already placed parallel to this. Now again let me take some length here in middle. So 10 value I will hold and I'll keep it here. Fine. So this is the line I have to take. This is the line I have to take. Keep it aside. Fine. So this line here is the direction of tangential acceleration. But we don't know the value of tangential acceleration. Do we know the value of tangential acceleration? We don't know. So we'll have to keep it as it is. We will have to keep it as it is. Okay. Next, let us go for the third part. What is the third part? The slider. Fine. Third part, slider. Now in the slider, what is the centripetal acceleration of slider with respect to O? Slider with respect to O. What is the centripetal acceleration? The slider is moving on the plane surface, right? Slider is moving on the plane surface. So when it is moving on the plane surface, velocity is linear. When the velocity is linear, what is the radius? Radius is
Infinite.
infinite. So what happens? V square by R. We get some value by infinity. Some value by infinity is 0. So centripetal value of acceleration will be 0. And we will just be left with tangential acceleration. We will just be left with tangential acceleration. So how to find tangential acceleration? It will be dv by dt or alpha into
S2.
So we don't know any of these. We don't know both of this. We don't know both of this, right? But we know the direction. What is the direction of tangential acceleration? What is the direction? Direction is horizontal, right? Isn't it? Direction is horizontal. Okay, because slider is moving horizontal, right? Slider will move
Yes, sir.
horizontal, right? Slider will always move horizontal. So the tangential acceleration will be horizontal only. So we know the direction of tangential acceleration, even though we are unable to find the value, but we know the direction at least. So that information we will know. Now the A point we already know it is here. So from here, let us draw a horizontal line, and they are both intersecting here. They are both intersecting here. Fine. So this intersection point is what we want. That intersection point is what we want. So what is this final point? What is this final point? This is S dash. This is S dash. Is it clear? This is S dash. Fine. So these two lines, those two lines, we'll have to make it dashed. We'll have to draw them as dashed lines. We have to draw them as dashed lines. And this line here gives the total acceleration. This line here gives the total acceleration. Total acceleration. Is it clear?
Yes.
So this is the total acceleration. So this is the acceleration diagram. This is the acceleration diagram. Okay. So now what do you want to find? What do you want to find? What do you want to find from this diagram? Depending on what you want to find, you'll have to measure the distance accordingly. Okay. Let me take a snip of this. The acceleration diagram is complete. me take a snip of this and I'll place it here in our diagram. Yeah. So let me place it here, right? Fine. So I've placed it here. Fine. Now, which acceleration do you want to measure? So, what is asked in the A bit? Acceleration of A with respect to S. Acceleration of A with respect to S. This is what is asked, right? Let us take this. Can we find this? Can we find this? Yeah. Acceleration of A with respect to S. Can we find this? What is the formula for acceleration of A with respect to S? This will have only tangential component, right? This will have only tangential component of A with respect to S. And that is nothing but that from diagram we can find how much is that in the diagram? In the diagram that is nothing but A dash S dash. In the diagram that is nothing but A dash S dash. So we'll have to measure the length A dash S dash. How much is A dash S dash? This is 22.5 mm. 22.5 mm. So 22.5 mm. So now we are moving backwards. Now from this side to this side we have to. So we have to divide the ratio. We have to divide the ratio. What is the ratio here? What is the ratio for acceleration diagram? This here is the ratio. Okay, here is the ratio. So 50 by this. So we have to divide that. Okay. So let's take the calculator. 22.5 and reciprocal. Let's multiply. Reciprocal. Let's multiply. So divide by 50 into 147. 147.3. We get 66.3. 66.3. 66.3. You're getting it? 66.3. And what is the unit here? Meters per second square. Meters per second square. So here we got A bit, second half of A bit, second half of A bit. Then second half of B bit. What is it asking? Second half of B bit. What is it asking? It is asking this value, right? So yes, this is what it is asking. So what is the formula for this? How to find this? What is the formula for this? Angular acceleration of AS. What is the formula for this? It will be equal to the acceleration. Which acceleration? Tangential acceleration of AS. Tangential acceleration of AS divided by AS, isn't it? Because we have seen alpha equal to A into R. So A will be equal to alpha divided by R. Alpha equal to A divided by R. So here A is nothing but the tangential acceleration of A with respect to S, and R is nothing but the length AS. So what is the tangential acceleration? What is the tangential acceleration? Did we get it?
63 point.
Yes. So we got this here itself. So let us substitute that here. Let us substitute that here. Is it correct? Wait a minute. Tangential acceleration of A plus yes. Sorry. I think I made a mistake, small mistake. The value that we found just now, A dash S dash. Oh. That should be from the horizontal, right? Oh. I think we made a mistake. There's a small mistake. Anyway, let's proceed with what we have taken. So this tangential. So this value you take it 66.3 divided by AS. What is the length AS? AS is 0.6, right? So 0.6. You do it. What do we get? So 66.3 divided by 0.6. 110.5. So this is in radians per second square. Radians per second. Okay. So you can see the problems are very, very complicated. You'll have to use a combination of hand drawing with instruments. With instruments, you'll have to draw the diagram. Whatever measurements come from the diagram, you'll have to use in the calculations. Whatever values you are calculating, you have to use in the diagram. Fine. Both to and fro, you'll be using continuously. Is there any doubt here? Any doubt here? So time is over actually. The class has got recorded, so you can use the recording, make the best use of it.